Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Today is Doctor's Day, so I'm up a little bit earlier than normal, but I hope some of you are up as well and can join me. Hi, Joan. So glad you're here. So today, like I say, I'm going to do just a quick application, but using some of the ones, the shades that will be on sale or will be new releases, on Monday. So I'm really excited about customer appreciation. And again, site-wide, if your order is $150 or more, you can get 10, 15, or 20% off the entire order. So that's exciting for me with Seint. Hi, I'm Peggy, and I'm so glad you're here. Seint is a cream-based makeup, and what we do is we start with 3 shades to create 1 layer of makeup. That's what makes us a little bit more special or a little bit special than the others is we strategically place our makeup, like I'm going to put my contour up here around my forehead. Now, why am I putting it up there and why is it so dark? Contour is always a dark, cool shade. And it's made to create shadows and to actually sculpt the face. So where you putting it on my forehead, because as you can see, my forehead is high, so it's going to bring it down just a little bit. Then we're going to feel for that cheekbone. Your cheekbone is very round. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Vicki. How are you guys on this Friday morning? Yeah, it's semi-annual doctor checkup today, and I'm kind of glad because I've got this allergy thing going on. Feel for your cheekbones. Start right about the corner of your eye and go up towards your ear. There we go. And again, how much you use or how wide you make your line is up to you. What you're doing is you're giving a lift and you're giving a definition to this area. Again, feel for the cheekbone and go right on top of it from the corner of the eye and up towards the ear. There we go. Now we're going to come down here and catch the jawline. Look how that already defines my jawline and gives me just that little bit crisper of a look. Again, right here and up towards the jaw. You don't want to come up on your face, on the side of your face. I'm so glad. Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. You know, it's like you just kind of fall into into a little thing by name, not so much by picture. So feel free to change your picture whenever you want. That's so okay. All right, and we're going to come and contour this nose. You want to stay on the top so you're in, my little pinky works better. So you're in the natural shadow of your nose. There we go. Okay. Now, why are we doing our nose? Well, we're doing our nose because we want it to be a little more elongated and just a little bit narrower. Now, if yours is a really large nose and it bothers you, then you definitely want to contour, because contour, again, it shapes your face. It like chisels your face. And I did forget to go down my neck. There we go, to hide this turkey neck. We're creating shadows, so we strategically are placing each shade where it needs to go and where it will do the job we need it to do. So now we're coming to the lightest shade in my palette, and I know what you're thinking, that's too light for her face. Well, if I were going to put it all over my face, yes, you would be 100% correct. But what we're doing is we are now, look at the difference of the narrowness of my nose from what it was before. And it's all because I put a lighter shade in between 2 darker ones. It's amazing, ladies, what you can do with contour. And this shade a lot would call a concealer. We call it excuse me, we call it a brightening highlight, but some would call it your concealer shade. But normally concealer, you only keep it around the eyes. So what we're going to do is brighten our eyes. We're going to go from the outer corner to the inner corner, not underneath. The reason we're doing that, I have crepe skin, and a lot of texture under my eye. And I don't want any makeup in there, or I don't want it to accentuate this texture any more than it already does. So I'm also going to create a lift or a focal point by going up from the corner of the eye into the temple. Now, look at this side, it doesn't have it. We got a little droop going on. This gives the illusion of a lift, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Now, here we go. We're going to put this focal point on the other side up into the temple. All righty, there we go. So now we are finished with our contour, and we're finished with our brightening highlight. But we've got all these sections in between that have no makeup. That's where your main highlight comes in. And that's where you just fill in where you don't have any other makeup. And notice I'm not using a lot. I am just placing it. Catch the corners of my nose because I do have rosacea. So my corners of my nose are always red. So we're going to put it in there, and then we're going to come over here and catch the bearded area. I exfoliated this morning, and woo, is my face soft. It's like, this is weird. And then we're going to just come up here, and now you see the 3 shades. You see I have my contour, I have my main shade, and then I have my brightening highlight. And that's it. This is your foundation. We're going to strategically blend it, but we're going to put, or I like to put, my blush and my lipstick on and then blend. You can blend now. That's totally fine if that's what you're comfortable with. Now, this is one of the new shades. It's Disco Inferno. Look how pretty this is. If you're a bold shade girl like I am, this one is one you will love. It's a semi-gloss, so it's going to be the consistency of like Tropicana and I think Ballerina. So if you like that consistency, it's a little stiffer than the gloss because it's a semi-gloss, but it is so pretty. Look at that. I love these shades. It's a corally orange. It's got a lot of red in it. So it's not like orange as my grandmother would say. That's really orange. Yeah. It's very, and again, you can make it as subtle as you like or as bold as you like. I like bold, so I want you to see it. And there we're done with our placement. We are so done with our placement. But before we blend, I'm just going to show you. These are the other shades, the other lip and cheek shades. You have Ducky and you have Pink Slip. I've demoed those in other videos. They're both very pretty, but my favorite is Disco Inferno. Now we're going to use the bronzer illuminator in just a minute. Oh yeah, Gina, I mean, I have to have my bold colors. I really do. I wouldn't look like me if I didn't. I dropped my palette. And so what we're going to do once we get myself blended, we're going to use the bronzer illuminator as eyeshadow. And we're also going to come around and just use a little bit of bronzer. It's Glow Illuminator and Nova Bronzer. So there you go. All right, we're ready to blend. So we're going to grab my 3D brush. At this point is when you want to think about setting your makeup. You can either spray your face, spray some in your hand and dip your brush in it and then blend if you like, or you can totally blend and then spray your face. I'm going to be using a setting powder because it's terribly hot outside and it's very humid, so I feel like I need that extra layer just pressed into my face. So that's what I'll be doing, is using a setting powder. You can use setting spray, setting powder, or you can combine the two. Matter of fact, let's do that today because it's very, very humid outside. So I'm going to just squirt a squirt in my hand. This is setting spray. And I'm just going to dab my brush in. And now let's blend. I'm going to start at the jawline and just gently, ever so gently, blend in just circular, little circular motions. There we go. And then drag it down the neck. Always make sure that you drag it down so you don't have distinct lines. You want a shadow, not a line. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Now, that is blended, and look how a little bit of product is on my brush, next to none. So now we're going to do a little ditty I call stippling, and that is spreading and pressing this makeup into your face. It's not going to dry on your face like some liquids and powders do. And what it's going to do is move with your face. So it's not going to settle into the fine lines and the wrinkles. Here we go. A little bit up on the cheek. Notice I'm not doing the dark ones yet. I'm strictly sticking to the lighter shades. You took the time to contour your nose, so be careful that you don't blend it out. See how now you just see the shadows? It's soft. That's what you're looking for. Okay, and let's continue up here and just press. There we go. Now, I'm going to circle blend the contour. Contour is a little bit different consistency rather than the highlight. It's not as soft. So again, you don't want to manhandle it. You don't want to blend really, really hard. There we go. But you do want it to be blended and softly. Go all the way up into your hairline. You don't want to leave that white line that's up there. If it gets in your hair, a wet wipe or just a washcloth will get that out. So that's not an issue. Don't even worry about that. Now we're going to come to where we have, we're going to kind of do around our eyes. There we go. We are just tapping. And as we are tapping and pressing, very little product is going under the eyes, but just enough for it not to stick out, for it not to look different. There we go. I like to catch the lids too, just a little bit. All right. Only thing we have left to do is the Lip&Cheek and the contour on the cheek. So I like to stipple up and down twice. Let's see, what is your option for using setting spray for skin prep? You can do that. That is to use it as a primer, sure. Setting spray is probably the best thing that you can use. Spray it, let it dry, let it absorb, and then come back with your makeup. Yeah, that's great. It's going to feel a little bit sticky and tacky with most setting sprays, but that's okay because you kind of want the makeup to have something to stick to. But great question. Yes, that setting spray is a great primer. Definitely. Okay, so we've got it just a little softened. Now we're going to grab that Lip&Cheek and go up into the temple. So you see how nice and blended this side is, and this side we still have harsh lines. So we're just going to give ever so little of the tap. You're welcome, Gina. You ask the greatest questions. You really do, and I'm sure somebody was wondering about that but didn't ask. Okay, just blend, blend, blend. And there you go. We are done with our foundation, our lipstick, and our blush. Now see how easy this is. I can get this done if I'm not live and I'm not talking to you and telling you about it in 5 minutes or less. And again, I used these 4 shades. I didn't use anything other than these 4 shades in this compact and this one brush. It is great makeup. It's cream makeup, and cream is where it's at. Okay, and again, remember, Monday is the new release drops, and that's when Disco Inferno will be available to purchase. I'm hopeful that they're going to just make it part of the inventory, but I don't know that for sure. Now, these other shades, let me swatch them for you. They're really, really, really pretty. Here is Pink Slip. Well, let's go right here. See, she's a pretty kind of wine color. And again, she's new, so I needed to soften her up just a little bit. But look how pretty. This is a pink that even I can wear, and I'm not crazy about pink. And this other shade, which is Ducky. Ducky is Jolene without the gold. But look how pretty and rich she is. Matter of fact, let's see what they look combined. Yeah. If you're looking for an orangey red, you want to go with Disco Inferno. If you're looking for not quite this much orange, then you want to go with Ducky. I like that. But again, I like bold colors. Now, let's grab our blush and bronzer brush. Or actually, I'm just going to grab, because you need a fluffy brush, I'm going to grab my eyeshadow brush and I'm going to just tap into, this is Illuminator and bronzer combined, and it's called Xanadu. And let's just put it on as a one shade eyeshadow. Look at her. She is so pretty. This, I think I'm more excited about Xanadu with the new products and the new releases than I am anything. Because this is bronzer and illuminator combined. And look at that. It blends really well. She's going to go with any shade. This will go with any eye color and any shade. So they didn't say to use it as an eyeshadow, but I think it's really, really pretty as an eyeshadow. And we are going to use it as a bronzer in just a minute. There we go. And remember how I say, let your hoods fall, look straight in, and just make sure you can see your color. There we go, with your eyes open. There we go. Now, I do love this. And again, this is Xanadu, which is a bronzer and an illuminator combined. So I really, really like that. Now, let's get some eyeshadow on, not eyeshadow, mascara. This is my favorite mascara. It's False Lash from Celeste, because Seint does not make a mascara. So this is Celeste's eyeshadow mascara. And I like to coat the back of the lash, the top part, whatever you want to call it, before I come back and go underneath. It's going to, to me, see, look at the difference. It gives you a fuller look. It gives a longer look. There we go. Now let's come over here. And we're just touching the top lash, the top part of the lash, then coming back and catching the underside. That way every lash is coated. This is not a tubing mascara and it does not flake, but it is a volumizing and lengthening mascara. There we go. All right, I just love this mascara. And like I say, it's called False Lashes. And it's by Celeste, and I also have a link, so just comment link and I'll be happy to send it to you if you're interested. It's $15. I mean, it's not expensive at all. Okay, now we have our eyes done. We have our base done. Now we're going to come back and put a little bit of bronzer because it is summer and I have not been in the sun. So I want to look like I was, even though I wasn't. So we're going to come right here. Okay, let me write your name down because this is one thing that's different with Instagram is they don't leave the comments once you sign off. So I will send this as soon as I get off of here. Okie dokie, there we go. Now, we're going to do our bronzer. We're going to take the fluffy end of our blush and bronzer brush. Did I get you? I did not. Here's another one. If I miss you, this will be posted to my page. Just go underneath it and just type mascara or whatever, and I'll be sure and get it to you. Okay, here we go. We're going to take the same bronzer, which is on our lids, and we're just going to tap into it. And then we're going to give it a little bit of a buff. It's not dark. There we go. We're just bronzing up as if we have been outside, even though we have not left the coolness of the house. I also like to get my bronzer under the jawline. That's just me. And again, I like to add a little. There we go. Yeah, I like to add a little bit more. And you're just adding a little bit of a sun-kissed look to your face. Very buildable. It's buildable. Okay. And there you go. Done, done, and done. So I am ready for my doctor's appointment and whatever the rest of the day brings. To get started with Seint, you do need a color match. I tell you what, I need something on my eyebrows. So I'm just going to, where's my line brush? I am going to use this bronzer. Usually I would use my contour shade, but just for fun, I'm going to use my bronzer shade. It's going to lighten my face up and just fill my eyebrows in. Let me look over here because sometimes I get a shadow. There we go. Much better. This is really pretty. And the fact that it's got that little bit of illumination in it, that little bit of illuminator, pretty, pretty. Okay. Wow. I love that. It brightened them up. It brightened, because normally my eyebrows I use in my contour, but I'm really liking this. Okay. There we go. And we do need to set with the powder for me. Where's my powder brush real quick? See how it has the flat end? This is a powder brush, so you just dip it into your setting powder and then just press. I like to just use it in my sweat areas, so to speak. Just a little bit. But with this flat brush, and I don't want to go too far up under the eyes. There we go. Now we're done. To get started with Seint, you need a color match. That's what you have me for. It's a makeup-free selfie. If you look when I get off of here, I will have a number that you just text #match to. It'll send you the link, follow the directions, and I'll have you color matched shortly. Thank you so much for getting ready with me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Friday wherever you are. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much.